Here's to good people, good nights, good highs, good health, some tears, some stress, but I count my blessings. Here's to good music, great sex, little time to feel alive, little time.
They want the world to know. Yes! Come on, show it, show it, show it. Hey, hey, cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it.
We're so much.
Hey guys, I'm Yolanda.
I'm David. And I'm Isaac.
Welcome to our next episode of Unfiltered
Raw.
Jeez.
I know.
Okay, that
raw.
was kind of deep.
I know.
But anyway.
Raw.
Hope you guys are having a great day. We are. As you can see, we're drinking as the usual.
Oh. Are we lifting?
Cheers.
Oh, cheersing? Oh.
Yes. Okay, so pretty much we're here to speak about
We're gonna have a little debate tonight because some people feel that others are not comfortable with their sexuality.
facts.
And others feel like they deserve to do things on their own terms.
Big facts.
And then we're going to go into the other topic of, just
Coming out
coming out
and being comfortable
in your own skin.
in your own skin.
Facts. So, who wants to start?
David.
Why me?
Because you're the main one who started this whole debate anyways.
Alright, so I'm gay. Isaac is gay. People know we're gay in the community.
Sound like we're at an 80.
I know, at an 80.
Welcome, David. Gay.
No, but my thing was
5 years.
so my thing is, okay, so if you're gay, I'm not saying that, oh hi, my name is David, I'm gay if I'm in a meeting at work or wherever you're at. But if somebody's having a conversation with you or whatever the case is, and you know how sometimes some people maybe feel uncomfortable, especially if they're older, not sure, maybe they're trying to go around the subject. I'm willing to say, oh yeah, I have a boyfriend, I have this, whatever the case is, or I tell them I'm gay, like it's fine. However, I have a friend that is not as comfortable with that. He feels that he has to, what do you feel like?
So I'm the friend.
Oh my God.
I have a friend. How do you feel?
Okay.
Alright, so my whole situation with that is I've always been the type that I feel like my sexuality is my business. I don't like to place labels on anything. So even with the whole coming out situation, I never really had a full coming out because I just felt it was my business. So now if you ask me, I always told him, if you ask me directly, I will tell you. I'm not trying to hide it, but I'm not just going to blatantly come out and tell you, hey, I'm gay. What's the whole point of that? Straight people don't do it. Straight people don't say, hey, I'm straight.
I agree with that. However, I know you, and I know for a fact.
Why does he keep saying he knows me?
I do know him. But what I'm saying is, if somebody is having a conversation and he will blatantly sit there and just be like shorthanding them, knowing that that's what they want him to say, but he won't say it. He'll just be looking at you like.
Because why are you afraid?
It's okay.
Ask me.
So some people, but they're being.
But
I think
then
some
you're
people,
afraid.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid.
No, you are afraid because I don't think everybody knows you're actually gay. I mean, we know.
And honestly, I think some people are, like, especially with older people, it's a taboo for them. So I feel like they're trying to be respectful without trying to assume that you are, because maybe it'd be offensive.
Yeah.
They look at it as maybe a negative for them, whatever. But I just feel like, I know you're not, because I feel like if you're comfortable, you'd be like, oh yeah, I'm gay, I got a boyfriend, whatever the case is.
I just feel like I do things on my own terms. I don't do things on other people's terms.
You just sound a real DL.
No, I don't do things on other people's terms.
Okay.
I do things, I handle my sexuality the way I want to handle my sexuality.
To all my DL niggas out there, right here.
Hit me up. I can keep a secret. No, but seriously, like specific situation he's referring to, a patient was talking about their, they had a gay son and they just kept talking about their gay son. I think he was trying to get me to say that I'm gay. But I just don't feel the need to go out and say, oh, I'm gay too, by the way, just because he's talking about his gay son. That would make no sense to me.
That's true.
But do you think
because you're talking about your gay son doesn't mean I should be like, oh, by the way, I'm gay.
Right. But do you think, like, say hypothetically we're somewhere and say I just go in front and say, hi, my name is David and I am gay. That's my sexuality, whatever. Do you think you could do that?
Yeah, why not?
That little nervous shake that you just did, that's no different.
All right, so let's stay on topic, guys. Let's not make this too personal, okay? We're trying to basically...
Girl, ain't nothing personal.
No, listen, seriously. So I just want to say that everybody should be comfortable with their sexuality, and I feel that Isaac, he is comfortable, but to a certain extent. Like, he will not come out to his family and let them know that...
Now you just say you don't want to go personal. That's just about family. Look at his face. He's uncomfortable. He's almost choked. Jesus, you need CPR?
No.
It's getting hot in here.
It's not that.
Okay.
It's not that I want to come out to my family. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I just don't feel the need to have this whole coming out situation because I feel like that's my business. I live my life. They don't live my life. They don't go through what I go through with.
Well, after this air on Sunday,
I know what I'm saying.
They gonna know.
I mean, now they're gonna know everything. So this is my coming out video.
I cannot, yo. Oh,
apparently the first one when she said they're gay wasn't enough, so here we are, back again.
No, but you know what? I understand what he's saying, that it's on his terms. I do believe that, okay, it is on your terms, what you want to put out there for the world. I just feel like, you could be comfortable with it. Nobody cares.
I am comfortable with it.
Like, just
I
say
post
it.
videos
Can you
of
say
me doing whatever.
Say it right now.
I'm gay.
Say,
I'm gay and I'm proud.
I'm gay and I'm proud. I'm happy and I'm proud.
Say it.
Say it.
Say it for the people. Say it for the people in the back.
I'm gay and I am proud.
Yes, we love it. Okay. Also, let me tell you something, guys. I was never comfortable with gay people because how I was raised, pretty much in church and everything like that. And but it's so funny, growing up, I didn't have any gay friends, and when they would approach me, like lesbians and stuff like that, I used to be really scared.
You gotta say it like that.
I used to be scared.
Like that.
Yeah, I used to be so scared because I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't even be your friend because I feel like I will get killed if I even, associate myself with any people that's gay. So, because, in the first video, basically, like David told you guys, I am Jamaican, and in our culture, it's like you cannot be associated with any gay people because that means that you allowing this shit too. You're an enabler, and so I never try to associate myself with any gay people. But as I gotten older and I started working in the hospitals, they were everywhere. So I kind of had no choice. And I'm like, oh my gosh, but they're like the nicest people ever. I love gay people. I love everybody. But I do love gay people. And I just feel like we shouldn't just say gay people. They're people, So it's like, I don't say I love straight people, like they're people, right. Like they're human beings, they feel everything like we feel, they're not estranged and,
We're just dramatic and extra.
Very, but
extra would give life.
I still love them, and I know I still get backlash, don't get me wrong, because David and Isaac are like my closest friends, and I do get backlash from certain people because I still a Seventh-day Adventist and I still go to church, and they'll be like, oh, you hang with those gay guys or whatever. I get it from my family, some of my family that's in Jamaica too, but I don't care. I love them and that's it. So
I love you.
okay, let's not be corny.
Tell them what you tell your boyfriends. Your ex, well, you know, anytime you date someone, you said they have to be okay with your
Yeah,
friends.
I always tell, if I date a guy, I always tell him, listen, I have 2 gay guys as my really close friends, and if you cannot accept them, you cannot accept me. And that's it.
Big motherfucker said.
It is what it is. But
so it's so funny that you brought that up because I was just talking to my mom because I went out to dinner with her tonight. Hey, Mom. However, when I was talking to her, I was telling her, I'm like, you know, it's so crazy because, to be honest, I haven't had that backlash since I came out. A little about me, I'm out like I'm going 5 years now?
forever.
I'm going out, it's about almost 5 years. So 5 years, I've been out now. And so, you know, when I came out, I was very nervous. And then when I was so nervous and then everybody was just so accepting to it, I'm like, why the hell did I make it such a big deal? I don't know why. But anyway, it's been very receptive. Even my straight friends, all that stuff with the guys and stuff. And even now when they find out, it's nothing. They're like, you're Dave, who cares? Like, nobody cares. But I'm glad I've had that experience. But I know there's a lot of people out there that don't have that. And I do feel for them. And I do have a soft spot for that because I know a lot of the times that's why some people turn to, you know, alcohol, drugs, and stuff like that.
It is definitely a hard
so,
lifestyle, and I feel like if you don't have someone to talk to about it, it does become even harder.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I feel like if I would have never been comfortable with myself, I would have never became the person I am. Because you do struggle trying to figure out which path to take in life when you're in the closet and you're trying to hide it, you're trying to really understand, is this what I really like? Is it a phase? Am I going to change? Should I just continue dating girls? Like, whatever the case might be. Because when you are growing up, your main priorities, you do want to please your parents. You know, you want to be the best child you can be. So you being something that they hate or kind of dislike does take a big toll on you. So, I mean, people go through a lot trying to come out. And, you know, that's why some people, they come out, I mean, in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s because they had such a rough childhood. Yeah.
And you know, the biggest thing too is like I always think I was so nervous too because I grew up in the church, so it was like I was like scared.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I was like so nervous, like what was gonna happen to my mom, but you know, I give it to her, like, you know, I'm the only child and my mom, so she's very protective over me, and she was hurt by it. I know she cried a lot and stuff like that, but, you know, I love my mom. I think she really put everything aside and said, you know, you're my son, I'm going to love you either way or not. And it went from not wanting to know anything about my life, not even wanting to meet my ex-boyfriend, to them being like best friends. So, you know,
She don't like him now.
Oh my gosh, shut up. We're not doing this. You're going to have to edit that out.
I feel like...
oh my God. That's not what we doing.
No, he's staying.
No.
I feel like if you love your child, you should be able... I mean, ideally, you should be able to love them for who they are. Whether they're straight, gay, whatever the case might be, trans, whatever. I feel like you should just be able to love them for who they are. Because in the end, they're your child no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you get old, who's going to be there for you? Your child, hopefully.
Okay, so I'm going to ask a question. How do you feel, well, not how do you feel, but do you have any advice to give on a lot of children that's still in the closet, they're afraid to come out to their parents and stuff like that? Do you have any advice for those?
I would just say there's a lot of, there's a lot of hotlines and stuff out there now that you can try to just know you're never alone in that situation. There's always someone that will listen to you and, be there for you so you don't feel alone. Just try to talk with a family member or someone you feel comfortable with, whether it's a friend or whatever. Let them know what you're dealing with. And just do things your way. There's no certain way on how to come out, how to deal with the situation. Do whatever you feel is right. Don't let anyone force you into anything.
And know that you're beautiful. Know that you are real.
And
if
there's
you
nothing
come
wrong
out
with you.
authentic, that is you. You have to be 100 with yourself and be one with yourself.
Now I have a really, not to cut you, but I have a really crazy question. This question is kind of crazy. I'm going to say it again. It's crazy. But listen, I feel like if, and it's probably a little off topic, but I just want to get y'all, y'all advice about this, or y'all, y'all output. Why do, if being gay is right, why do you have to actually come out to somebody and say, hey, I'm gay? Or why do you have to be in a closet? Or why is it not normal? I want to know that. Why? Because we as straight people, we don't be like, oh yeah, damn, I'm in the basement. I gotta come out and tell them that I'm straight. So why do you guys have to hide? Or why do you have to feel so like closed in? And why is there hotlines to try to help you to have people accept that you're gay? I want to know.
So I feel like nowadays, obviously it's 2020 now, I feel like there has been so much movements in the LGBTQIA community. But obviously before, it was never that much resources. It wasn't that normal before. So it's very hated upon, especially with religion and everything like that, that a lot of people, they just felt, a lot of people were getting abused. If they're trying to come out or whatever the case is, they're getting disowned, kicked out. And, this was being seen all over the world. People were being murdered for feeling that way.
Yeah, so, but you're not answering my question. Is it right?
No, it's definitely not right. So that's why, that's what I'm saying. When I was going through my situation, I really started to think about it. I was like, do I have to have this whole coming out moment? I was like, because at the end of the day, my siblings didn't, my straight siblings didn't have a coming to straight moment,
That's what I'm saying.
So to me, it was like, they didn't have to do this whole thing. I'm not going to do this whole thing. Eventually, they'll get the gist. I don't think I need to sit there and tell you, because at the end of the day, I'm so me. Nothing is changing about me besides whoever, I'm in a relationship with, obviously. But other than that, I'm still the same person they were growing up with. So why do I have to tell you anything? Because then now when I tell you, now you're just going to have this label on me saying, oh, he's this, he's that. You know what I mean? I'd rather you just keep saying who I am, and that's it. There shouldn't be any labels on anybody, because like you're saying, at the end of the day, we're all human, we're all people. Yeah. So there's really no difference besides who you're loving.
Now, another thing that I wanted to bring up, and because there was one time when, we were at David's house, and you stated that that when David was saying he wants to go to church, and you were saying that you weren't comfortable going to church because of your lifestyle. Why did you say that?
Because I'll go to a church, depending on who's preaching or whatever the case is, if they're okay with that lifestyle. Because there are some where, when I used to go, like my brother, whatever the case is, they were not with that lifestyle, and they would try to tell him, oh, there's still more time to change, whatever. I don't want to hear that, because I feel like what I'm doing is right. I don't feel like what I'm doing is going to send me to hell. And I know, I have my own relationship with God. I don't follow a certain religion, but I do have faith in God. And I believe he loves me for me, or else I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing today. So if there's obviously a church or something that supports that, agrees with that, then I have no problems going, but it's just finding that,
Should we start our own gay church?
Amongst everything else that we're starting? Sure. So but not really a church, but a safe haven for people to talk about.
Religion is so sensitive to me, because I'm not a religious person. I do follow the Bible. I'm non-denominational and follow by the Bible. And I grew up in an AME church, which is very political. And that's all good. But me learning myself and going through, like he's saying, I have my relationship with God, and we all, I know, have sin is sin to me, that we as humans put levels on things. So I do look at it as that's my battle, in my Christianity, if I'm looking at the Bible. But at the end of the day, I pray to the God every day, and that's my viewpoint. So even if they do cover the point where they're saying it's wrong, whatever, I don't get offended by it at a sense. I know that, that's what they believe, but I still have my faith that it doesn't go away from that. I know, okay, if you look at it as that's a battle of me, that sinning part, then by all means, that's how you feel. There's nothing wrong with it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I just know I would not be where I'm at today if it wasn't for God, and I give him that. Now, when they talk about society, saying if it's right or not, I do feel like society itself makes it wrong. Now, nowadays, I feel like it's very open. But we still have areas that are not open. I mean, you go to a country town, it's not like it's, oh, you're okay to be gay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people are still in the closet. I think in the city, obviously, it's more open. But you still see that even in Miami, there was that guy that fought the gay couple that was in a restaurant. So you still have these hatred, violent things going on. And that, I think that's what freaks out, like, even my mom and stuff, because it's just like she's so scared of something's going to happen. But, you know, I do give it to the kids. Like, it's, you know, if you're battling that where you're not sure if you want to come out or not, or you want to come out to your parents, it's definitely a hard thing to do. But I think once you do it, you'll realize people will be more accepting than what you think. You know what I mean? You'll think that people will shun you, but I'm sure there's going to be that one person that'll be a safe haven. Even if, like you're saying, call a hotline, I'm sure there's online groups that you can talk to. There's always something that you can find that will help you. And you know, if you look at the suicide rate comparing like with the kids and stuff with that, that's like a big deal. Yeah. You know what I mean? I hate to see that. I've even seen in my career where I've seen that, and it's a hard thing to deal with. It's
a very hard lifestyle to live. I think that's what makes us even stronger as individuals. Is you know, it's not easy, and we choose to keep living that life because that's who we are.
Yeah.
So
I got just one thing to say. Only God can judge us all.
Yeah.
Ain't no man can judge us. You know what I'm saying? So we just gotta leave it at that. I think we should wrap.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else to say?
Do I? I don't know.
To the children, to everybody that's
just
trying to still come out.
Just be comfortable in your own skin. Do everything
Yes.
at your own terms. Don't let anyone dictate, judge, or say anything about the way you're living your life. As long as you're happy is the most important part, because when we leave this world, we're leaving by ourselves, and that's it. We only have one life to live, so who cares about what anybody else has to say?
Yeah. Be yourself, baby. Do it.
Exactly.
Shine, go up. I'm telling you, you make your way.
Parents, talk to your children. Do not shun them. Please do not shun them, because that's why there's a lot of suicides. We don't need that. We don't need no more children killing themselves or anybody killing themselves. So just please speak to your family members and just be there for them. Be their support.
Open, have the conversation. No judgment. Just hear what they have to say and go from there.
Yes. All right. So that's a wrap for us today. Thank you for joining us again. Okay. See ya.
That's that. See ya. Thanks for coming.
God bless.
Until next time.
Much love.
Good night.
Deuces.
Could you cut now?
Cut the video.
Cut the video. Get out of here, man. What the fuck?
Ooh, it's hot in here. Turn that fan.